I started at EMI Records in 1969, and about November 1969, roughly. And I was a massive Beatles fan, with the capital B. It was incredible that I got a job at EMI working in the warehouse. And one of the wonderful things was that they were just starting to press the Apple label because it started in '68, and they were only, and so all the Apple artists that became very well known, like Badfinger, Mary Hopkin, all the Plastic Ono Band, all these amazing Apple Records artists were all being pressed at EMI for the very first time. So it was great that I was in the right place at the right time, and I was able to get a copy of every single Apple record, both imported, because I was working in the warehouse at EMI at Homebush, and they put me second in charge of indents, which is imported records. So all the imported Apple albums that were coming in from James Taylor's very first album was on Apple, long before he had major hits, and Mary Hopkin and all those people. So I was able to get all the imported Apple albums at the time, and then in moving forward to 2018. EMI wanted to do not 2018, the 20th anniversary of Sargent, which was 1988. The EMI wanted to do a special release on coloured vinyl. Now, Festival Records, who I was with at the time, were the only ones that could press in coloured vinyl, and EMI had their pressing plant, but they couldn't do it in coloured vinyl. So they approached Festival to do the 20th anniversary edition of Sgt. Pepper and the 20th anniversary edition of Yellow Submarine. And they also did the White Album as well. And because we were the only ones that could press records on coloured vinyl, there was one stipulation from Festival Records, well, providing that we can cut them as well, doing the mastering of them. And because they had me in mind, because I was senior mastering engineer at Festival Records. And so they came to me and said, Warren, we've got to cut these for EMI. And I couldn't believe that one of them was Sgt. Pepper, because I'd never ever been able to do that, in my entire career up until now. So I wasn't happy with the master tapes that came from EMI at the time. They were being very well worn and whatever. So we got another set in from Abbey Road, one-to-one copy masters of the original album masters of Sgt. Pepper, and so I cut the 20th anniversary red edition of Sgt. Pepper. We were also pressing the Police band, the Police at the time, and that was on blue vinyl. And so they got. I asked the factory could they do me a one-off, which they did, and they did me a blue and a red of Sgt. Pepper, and that's what you see here. Quite amazing. Don't tell anyone.